Can you give some strategies that would be helpful for business owners when they try to reach out to the media?
I think networking is good. I constantly get contacted by PR professionals, and different things stick. Good press releases are imperative. If you really have a good press release with a good headline, you could potentially get the eye of a journalist because they get bombarded with news releases. In my own case, I end up cherry picking from the various news companies out there who disseminate releases. Some of them are better than others. So good press releases, building up relationships is a good idea. And never underestimate the influence and power of local media. So develop relationships with local reporters. Don't come on, naive with them. Just pick up the phone, call them. Some of them will be receptive to, meeting over coffee or just having a chit chat. Some of the media business has a lot of strange rules of engagement. And if you practice them well, you could be quite successful. At the national level, don't be naive not to believe that some of our leaders out there are in media as a sort of a quid pro quo with their favorite journalists, right? So in other words, they have access to a lot of inside the beltway goings on, and they will, we know, leak it to their favorite journalist. But there's a payoff. That journalist in turn will later on run stories for them. Otherwise that pipeline breaks up. I don't know if that can work successfully without getting into your, becoming kind of messy, and you have to do it on a net. I would caution it should be done ethically. But for example, if you're a business owner and you can ethically share something with a local reporter, hey, Joe, reporter, it's been publicly announced, but nobody is picking up on it, that they are going to break ground on the local ballpark, next month. Nobody's taking any attention. It says, oh, gee, where did I find that? That's great, Joe. That's one way to engage them. And the only thing I ask you, Joe, reporter, let's stay in touch, and can we share ideas going forward? So I think creativity, good press releases. Sometimes it does pay to engage a PR agency. Some of them can be expensive. Some of them are affordable. You can get newbie press agencies who are anxious to get clients, and you could pull off a good price at that.
What's a UB press agency?
Well, what I'm saying is somebody just out of somebody just in public relations. They might have left a job as a newspaper reporter. And of course, a lot of people, some of the best PR people are former journalists. They bring their book of contacts, they bring their writing ability, they bring their creativity to create story ideas. So that's what I meant by newbie. They might be hungry for business. That's one other, Nick, one thing I did forget, of course. Some of the best PR people are former journalists because they can frame a story. They can call a news a newspaper and say, hey, look, this is the story here. Nick is going to launch the most amazing pizza charity run in America. I can see the head, you plant the story idea. So they're some of the best PR people.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too. I do use a PR agency, and it, now that you're saying that, the founder of the PR agency was a former journalist, a former editor, and they specialize. The way that they kind of told me was, we tell the story. We're expert storytellers. That's what we do, and they've proven that over the last couple of years. I think I've always searched for that silver bullet in marketing. and really, you know, I've had things that have hit, things that have missed over the years. But when I started doing the PR company, it was just night and day. Like it was the best thing that I've done as far as trying to get the word out for my business, because there's a lot of great things we do as a small business that we can do that bigger businesses can't do, and nobody really knew about them. Sure, we go on our Facebook page, but that's kind of where whoever was captive with that audience found out about it. But that was it. And when our story got to be told on the local news and in the local papers, then you know our business grew, because people saw different ways that we're giving back to the community and doing a lot of unique things, and they wanted to come find out what all the noise was about. So yeah, I have a great place in my heart for the PR company, and I was always curious what the other end felt about it. You know, what the writers really felt about the PR company, and I also wonder sometimes, is it something that I could be doing myself without a PR company? But I guess at the end of the day, that's why you hire experts, right? To go out and do their job, because they could do it 10 times more efficiently than what I may be able to do.
Yeah, that's true, Nick. And also, you're not tying up your own resources. Unless you're a multinational organization, you could have your own in-house PR department, who usually and oftentimes hire former reporters and good writers and storytellers. And there's one other add-on to that. News organizations, TV, are constantly looking to fill the 24-hour news cycle. So they depend oftentimes on good PR agencies to give them stories. You know, they come in and they, hey, what have you got out there? And a lot of the good agencies will provide news clips, audio clips, and frame it in a way that suits the different media. Some media are hard news, some are entertainment oriented, some are business channels, and they can make those connections really quickly, and they can make it work in a granular way.